Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Ruth Marquise, your favorite realtor. Welcome to the Ruth and Relationship Show. I am your host, Ruth Marquise, aka your favorite realtor, aka your favorite credit specialist, aka your love negotiator. I help men and women relate, get into quality relationships that lead to quality families, that lead to quality communities, that lead to quality legacies. Let's build. Okay. What we not, wait, let me give you the topic first before I tell you what we're not going to talk about. I want to give you the topic today. The topic is, should women get half in divorce? Should women get half in divorce? And why or why not? Should women get half in divorce? And if you want to answer, let me know if you've ever been married. That would be good to know. Because I want to know what the married people think and what people that have never been married think. Good morning, good afternoon. It's morning somewhere. All right. So, what do you guys think? Should women get half in divorce? If you're watching this on the replay, hashtag replay. Welcome, 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 my replay members. Yes, the replay gang. Yes. What we got to say, Facebook? All right. Should women get half in divorce? So, all right, I'm going to get into my personal story. I have a lot going on today. We got photo shoots to do. I'm so excited. My results kicking in. And I get to take my pictures. All right. So this is going to be fun. I didn't want to talk about certain things. You know, I've been avoiding it. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so couple things, and I've tackled them. I have been doing some good journalism slash talk show topic slash personnel development slash relationship development slash change my whole life mindset and everything. And you know, it's been good. It's been a great journey for me, a great journey for others. And I wanted to talk about divorce today. So, if you're talking about relationships and we're talking about the divorce rate, what I did notice is that it wasn't at half. They kept saying almost half. Okay. Well, now the new stat is almost half. Matter of fact, let me do this. I didn't write this. I think I'm like, you know how you get good at something, you like whipping it. Almost 50% of all marriages in the United States will end in divorce or separation. Or separation. So they're not officially divorced. Okay. And we talked about a couple things. People tend to think that more than 50% of couples get divorced every year in America, but that's not true. Here's what is. Okay. They keep saying half, half, half. But this is what I was saying. It says the most recent data we have found is a 2019 American Community Survey puts the rate at 14.9% divorces per 1,000 marriages, the lowest number since 1970. But the true percentage of marriages that end in divorce each year is more complicated. Though the divorce rate in America has real consequences for marriages all over the country, it's a number that sociologists have trouble pinning down. Da, 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 da. Yeah, it's not exactly this 50%, right? It's kind of flawed, right? So you have to, if you already say they're ending in divorce and separation, that already tells me that they're not all divorced. So, you know, that number goes down a little bit. And it's starting to be, it said it's a better rate since 1970. So it's kind of like a people try to discourage you from getting married. So just be careful, okay? Just be careful about the statistics and make sure you go see for yourself, because what they're trying to say is like, oh, well, if something is more than 50%, then most likely if I get married, then that's going to end in divorce. You get what I'm saying? And it's like whatever you fear, like, okay, get a prenup if you so mad. But the problem is when you get the prenup, what you gonna put on the paper? You got something to put on the paper? Some of y'all do, but some of y'all don't. Stop worrying about that kind of stuff. There's so many benefits to having a marriage, and I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it from a woman's perspective. I'm gonna let the lead attorney talk today. So I'm excited to get into this video. I was very surprised to hear from lead attorney. I thought he was for sure. Okay, I thought he was for sure gonna be on the men's only side. He's a more fair, like me. All right, he said no, she shouldn't get half of nothing. She could pay half the divorce fees. LOL, leave it what you came with. All right, so we're gonna get into it, Will. We're gonna get into it, Will. All right. We're gonna get into it, Will. Because there's a couple things that we have to consider. I don't want to even give it to you. I want the attorney, I want the divorce attorney to give it to you. That's how like professional as I be. Okay? Professional as I be. That's how professional I am. And so I don't even want to give you my opinion. I want to give you the professional's opinion, okay? But my thing is when people say, let me just address that. When people say she should leave with half, but let's say the man was working and she stayed home and she took care of the kids. Now, when y'all are saying y'all want a team, whose paycheck is that? Is that the man's paycheck or is that the team's paycheck? Because she could have been working. The girl was working when you met her. She stopped working. Y'all had kids together. And now she's not getting her salary. She's actually working for free for the family. Now, when y'all break up, now you're telling me she don't get half. Now, I mean, if she has income, her own income, that's different. But a lot of times these women are staying home, and then when they get married, I mean, when they get divorced, it's like, sucks, deuces, whatever. And that's the one side. That's one side of it. But the other side of it is I demand half. I demand half, right? I demand half. He said, you get what you came with and what I no longer want. And what I no longer want. Oh damn, Will, you gangster with it. Like just so wait. But that's what I'm saying. Like, so if y'all a team, so you're telling me that if y'all a team and if one person's working and one person's taking care of the kids, right? If one person's working and one person's taking care of the kids, then what happens? What is fair in that situation? Is it fair to be like, okay, now that you gave up whatever way you were working, you gave it up. Now you get to go be with nothing outside of the marriage. You get to be with nothing. Now, let's say the man wants to get a divorce. Maybe she doesn't want to get a divorce. Maybe it's not the woman. I want you to. What I like is when you challenge your own mindset. Go to the opposite. If I could do that, we could all do that. Go to the other side of that, because I don't think necessarily women are coming into it like, oh, I'm coming to get half of stuff. I'm coming to get you. Coming to get you, right? Now, it's not fair the way the legal system is set up. That's what we're going to talk about. Where it's all going to be leaning towards men. Don't worry, I got you, right? But what I am saying from a woman's perspective is like, okay, I gave up maybe finishing college, or I gave up going to grad school, or I had this huge potential, but I wanted to be on a team with you, right? I wanted to be on a team with you. And we were a team, and I helped raise the kids, and I helped homeschool the kids. Never got a paycheck, never got anything. And now when we split this is what we said, we are one under the law. You signed up. When you signed that contract, you said you was going to, we it's half of everything. So when you leave, it's no longer half. It's no longer half. We no longer a team. I just get what you give me as a woman. But I can't speak for the women, because the women are winning out here. They winning out here in divorce. Now, personally, I didn't win in my divorce. I gave up the house. Guys be like, "Do you did for real?" Yep. I gave up the house. My kids stayed. I felt like my kids stayed there, and I wasn't gonna get I just couldn't afford to fight for the house. So I did give up the house, and I pretty much got nothing. I got what baby mamas get, child support. Okay, that's all. So 17 years for nothing, and the person just like we were just too young to get married, So what about those things? You know what I mean? So all of these things have to be considered. You have to look at the other side when we're talking about these things, which is why I don't like talking about them because somebody got burnt. It is whether it's the dude that got burnt, whether it was Ruth that got burnt, whether it was whoever's on the other side got burnt. Right? Nobody wins in divorce. Nobody wins in divorce. So that is that. But damn, you said what I no longer want. Well, yeah. So yeah, it was a lot of shady stuff going on. So that way, the person can keep all their things. So it's unfortunate. So yeah, that's a little bit about my story. I don't really have much more to add to the story about except for it. Now, if you have as a man, if we got a house together and you end up with a house, that's not what you came in here with. Come on, let me get with you, Will. That's not what you came here with. So that was a benefit. I was the realtor. So if we come in with you get what I'm saying? Like I get that part where if you come in with what you leave with what you came with, right? But if y'all both ain't have much, you get what I'm saying? If y'all both ain't have much, and y'all built it together, then what happens to those assets? So there's all these categories that we have to see. So that's why I say don't be so hard on all the women because all the women don't win in divorce. All the women are not getting alimony in divorce. There's not even any money for alimony sometimes. You don't get enough to live off of. When people act like child support is going to pay your bills and stuff like that, what ball player are you with, man? Because that is not going to work. He said it shouldn't end in divorce. And if there's a chance, y'all could work through it. I did it twice already. I paid all the bills. I paid all the bills and everything. The only thing I tell my wife to pay is the car note, especially if she didn't want to share it in her cell phone bill. I made sure everything else was straight. I just think that I think that it's still a sacrifice. It's still a sacrifice, and that's why I need more people to fight for their marriage versus getting a divorce because everybody loses. Like we talking about assets, but what about the children? What about how the kids want y'all to be together and y'all not together? Psychologically, what that does, and it makes them feel like they can't win. But when it's nothing else that can be done and it can't be saved, I think that people should stop being. I think people should be fair, but because everybody doesn't deal with a fair person, this is really what it is. It's a humanity issue. People are not fair. They are going to take complete advantage. It's always the person with the lawyer or the law on their side. We're about to talk about one of these celebrities and his name's Anthony, the guy off of Blackish, right? The law is on the woman's side most of the time. But you got to be able to afford that lawyer, though. You get what I'm saying? So I wasn't, unfortunately, I wasn't able to, and I just threw my hands up. To be honest, I was just like, "Just get me out." I had other things going on, and I had to decide whether I was going to sink now, because this is the thing. Now you have to handle 3 children by yourself. This woman has to handle your kids by herself, and you have to make sure that even if y'all not together, those are still your children, and I want to see my kids do well whether they're in my house or not. We have a mindset sometimes of when my kids are not with me, that's not my problem. That's not okay, because if you really did that and the woman threw her hands up and said forget it, you take them, then you really be in some stuff when you can't go to work. I seen people scramble because they had to find babysitting, and you know what I mean. I've always made things easier, so that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you got to make sure that your kids are straight no matter what. So that's what I did. I made sure my kids were straight, that they were not going to be living in somebody's basement, that they were going to be actually in that same house that they grew up in. That's what I could do to keep peace and stability, and that worked for me. I took the L on the house. I took the L on the retirement. I took the L on the whole damn thing. I was just like, just get me out. Please, just get me out of here. I really was like, just get me out, right? I think I'm all right. He says, so when I leave, you figure it out. If you trading up, he should be able to do what I did and more. If I'm leaving, I still make sure the kid's good. She just can't ask me for anything. Right. So it just because a woman leaves, it doesn't mean like we remember what kind of guys we got out here. Every guy is not a good guy. Every guy is not the same uh quality. So she might just be leaving because she just can't take it no more with the guy that she's with. Y'all have to remember domestic abuse exists. You have to remember that verbal abuse exists, psychological games, all these things exist. Dealing with narcissists, those things exist. Women go through some stuff. That's why I can never throw women under the bus. I'm a woman and I've been through a lot of stuff. You get what I'm saying? People are like, damn, I can't even tell them the whole story. They just be like, I can't take no more, Ruth. What? I can't take no more. I'm like, I don't even say no more. I just keep it to myself. I mind my business, right? So, and then the years wasted. So it's tough. It's tough. But like I said, I'd rather be the parent that looks out for my kid. Like I said, if y'all don't want to watch my kids, bring me my babies. That's how I am. If you don't want to take care of them, I got to take care of them. So I do everything possible so they can be okay when they're with me, when they're with whoever, whenever, whatever. They get to see their parents. They get to have, two homes. I was like, listen, y'all, I'm trying to make it a sweet deal. Y'all gonna have two. That talk is tough. Anybody ever had to talk to their kids about divorce? All right, y'all gonna have two Christmases, two Thanksgivings. Y'all gonna have two of everything now. It's gonna be good, I promise, right? It's not good, but it's gonna be good. We're gonna make it good, right? So that's a tough conversation. That's one of the hardest conversations that you have to have. So yeah, absolutely. If I said forever to somebody and then things change, I'm going to make sure that they're not devastated. You know what I mean? No matter what, you always make sure that person's good. You can't be salty that somebody that y'all picked the wrong. Like that's why divorces don't end well, because one person is salty that the other person, like it's not working. So both of y'all not doing the work. So if you're salty that the person's leaving because y'all just not a good match, why does anybody have to be punished financially? Why don't we just try to make it fair? That's all I'm saying. Make it as fair as possible. So when we are making it fair, that's better. But sometimes with the men are really getting they getting pounded on the head with this. Once they get their money, they getting pounded on the head. But it's I guess it's better when you don't have money as a man. When you got money, it's hard. It's hard because it's like you have $50 million and now you got to split it in half. Right? Do you need what? All right, so let's see what lead attorney have to say. Forget what I gotta say. Let's see what he got to say. All right. Share my screen. Especially when a person is not working it out. That person is not working it out. We always assume, oh yeah, that was the other part. I was like, it don't have to be another guy involved. It don't have to be another guy involved. It's just not working out. It's just that's life. We grown ups. Y'all picked the wrong person. Sometimes y'all just gotta decide, you know what? We'd be better off and happier. All right.
Y'all young bucks. Oh man.
So lead attorney, he ain't bad. Check him out, y'all, on YouTube. The lead attorney, LEAD attorney.
This is who we're talking about, right? Now this man has a plot of his own because his wife filed for divorce against him. Now, let's be honest. Who is the wife? Nobody.
Who?
She's nobody. Now, I'm not picking on her. I'm nobody either, right? I mean, we're all, he's somebody. This Anthony guy, he's been in everything. People like us, kind of behind the scenes. But if you let's just say you split it down the middle, because that's what she's asking for. She's asking for half. He's done all of the this work, all of these years, The Departed, Blackish, Get Out, right? Law and Order, Bernie Mac, all of this work that he's put in amassed $25 million. She's like, yeah, but I'm gonna need about 17 of those. I'm gonna need about 17 of those, and don't forget my hand. And he's like, but you just stayed home. You weren't on the set with me. You weren't in the trailers with me. You weren't reading lines with me.
Mm.
I gave you 2 kids. I raised 2 kids. It's a lot of people that raise 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
There are women in this chat that have 2 kids. Do these women in the chat have $17.5 million?
No, absolutely not. So yeah, so that's the question today. Should women get half? Should women get half? And let me tell you something, ladies. Before real estate, I was all like, yes, like you go listen, right? We did this together. Okay. When you sit here, you run a business, when you sit here, you stress yourself, when you sit here, you're paying the payroll, when you sit here, you're doing the marketing, you get up every single day. Like with this, I'm sorry. You want me to give you like let's flip it. Let me flip it, okay? If I had to flip it and give him half, I'd be mad. I ain't gonna lie. And that's why I say we're gonna get to it. But legally, it's supposed to be half. Legally, it's supposed to be half. It doesn't mean I agree with it. It doesn't mean at some point it gotta be like, all right, sis, you're gonna be okay now, right? You want all this money, but you don't even know what to do with this money. And you know what it is, honestly? It's the fact that the woman she hasn't earned the money, so she has to have that half because she can't go and do those movies. Come on, think about it. She's trying to hold on to the lifestyle and she can't go out and go get that work. She can't go out and get those paychecks, but she wanted to end. This is where it's not fair, right? She can't go do it. So that's why they said, well, I'm going to get all that I can get out of this. And then some. Oh, it's the and then some I have a problem with. Half, I cannot say. I don't know. I'm on the fence about half. It depends. It depends, right? It depends. But and then some? Oh, y'all ladies got some balls over here. It's just so crazy though. It's just so crazy. But I understand, like when all right, that's like okay. It was a dude that was like, yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. I did like I used to sling D just to have somewhere to sleep, and then had the nerve to go in her purse and get the money out. And I said, this is his mindset. I need this more than you do. Ooh. This is his justification. This is why people steal. I need this more than you do. So, this is why people do what they do. This is why they'll be unfair. This is why what is the maximum potential of the all could get on this situation? This is why they do what they do. But you can't squeeze what's not there. You're squeezing what's there and you like, I want more. Give me more. That's crazy. But yeah, but just because you raise 2 kids doesn't mean you're entitled to half of his stuff. Like, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't get a good portion of something. It doesn't mean that. You gotta be able to be fair as a woman and really think like, listen, this is oh, Manly, here it is. This is why I gave up the house. Y'all want to know why I gave up the house? First of all, God told me to. One, he was like, give up the house. But the people I was around me in my divorce, they were like, no, you should fight for what's yours. That's your house. That's your house. Stressing me out. And I was like, honestly, it'll be just easier to give it up. Gotta give me another house. It's all good. I'm not ready. I'm not really worried about it. I'm not really stressed about it. This is 6 years ago. I'm cool. But what happened was, I realized that he made payments for 10 years. I mean, when we got into the house, our interest rate was pretty high. Let me put these realtors on blast real quick, because you know it ain't like when y'all talking about, oh, I'm gonna go with my family friend. The person that did our loan, I'm the realtor, and I'm new though. They came in and on the day of settlement was like, this is the mortgage payment, and I'm like, yo, this is too high. This is not what we agreed about. He was like, he looked at me and said, do you want the house or not? And I'm like, you gonna let this man talk to me like this? First of all, I don't care who he is. And then I was like, that's when I looked at him, I was like, oh, he was like, no, it's cool. I got it. It's all right. I said, if you say you got it, then this is gonna be on you. Cause I ain't agreeing to this. And there was no like, here's what your mortgage payment going to be. And it was like $150 more than what we thought. And I thought that was just like, yo, why is this happening right now? And this is like 3 seconds before you sign. So they changed. This is how unfair I felt it was that the law even changed after that. Now y'all have to sign at the closing disclosure 3 days before. 3 days before. This man was making 10 years worth of payments. Okay. Was it 10 years? Eight or 10 years. Okay. So I was just like, you know what? You made all these mortgage payments. It's all good, bridge under the water. I let the house go. The kids gonna stay there. It just lined up for me. I'll take the L. I work the 2 jobs. You can stay with your 1 job. You can do your thing, right? You could just be relaxing and chilling. Now, when I say 1 job, I'm like, we got 4 days off. Who got 4 days off and don't get another job, right? So, sorry. Under the bus. Anyway, so yeah, I'll do the 2 job. I do whatever. But for me, I messed up. I shouldn't have got married at 19 years old. Oh, by the way, I was married at 19, and it was a 17-year relationship. So by the time I was 31, it was done. So like 12 years married. So yeah, I did leave the house. I feel good about it. I didn't like other things that happened, but I didn't feel entitled to half. And even though I should get it, I'm gonna be mad as hell when that house sells. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh God, y'all got to pray for me that day when the house sells. Okay. Anthony says, good afternoon, beautiful. Yes, they should receive half and some, and then some, depending on the circumstances. Absolutely. Oh, y'all want circumstances? Okay, so the circumstances was, I'm gonna keep it brief. The circumstances was I had really no choice because I was getting letters that, the person was seeing somebody else. And that they were saying that like they were getting bullied and people were lying. And then, I mean, these people are still together and had a baby. So I think I was right on that one. So as a person that really got the short end of the stick in one way, to get the short end of the stick in another way, it's not cool. So when you talk, this is the thing about it. Like when you don't know people business, it's so easy to be like, this is right and this is wrong. But what if she endured cheating? And what if she went through a lot with him? Who knows, right? Who knows? So we're gonna get into it. All right, let me see. Thank you, Anthony. I mean, but my thing is he can go get some more money too. She's not getting nothing. This is it. This is her nest egg. She gotta make the rest of her life. That's what people don't understand. That's what people don't understand, okay? She endured this lifestyle and she got to make this work for the rest of her natural life, okay? Maybe her kids will get something, but she ain't getting nothing else. And when it's your last resort and you feel like you ain't got nothing, like I said, like that guy said, he went in the person's purse, because she gonna need it more than him. It's so sad. I hate when they do the guys like that. It's not funny. It's really not. All right, here we go. Y'all can hear okay?
What are some... This is what I want to get into, guys. Here's the thing. I really want us to think about what is a wife worth.
What is a wife worth? I hope you guys can hear.
You guys can be like, oh, the lead attorney, he's, every time I go out on a date, and these girls, they'd be like, okay, what do you do? Like, well, I'm a divorce attorney. The number one question I always get is, are you jaded? Are you jaded? It's the number one question the lead attorney gets. Am I jaded against marriage? You know, my answer is no. No. I think marriage can be a beautiful thing. A lot of men
There we go.
can benefit tremendously from from a marriage, from the institution.
Let's talk about that. A lot of men, he said, what is a wife worth? What is a wife worth? Wife worth. Wife worth. Say that 3 times. So, we women get married, and what do they have to do? They have to clean, they have to cook, they have to take care of the kids, sometimes homeschool the kids, run the household, be your peace, help you, like look out for you, personally look out for you, like what is good for you. Let me put good things in your life, right? You're here to give advice, loyal, keep the outsiders out, look out for you, okay? So what when you're saying, when we're talking about marriage in general, women are a good woman is very valuable. The Bible says she's more precious than rubies, right? Who can find a good wife? Right? He that finds a wife finds a good thing. So more precious than rubies. So men can benefit.
I've seen this. Now, you know.
And I think women can provide that peace, that inspiration for and a safe place for her to raise the children. He has his legacy set up, and everything's good. A lot of guys running around with this girl and that girl and that girl, but they don't understand is all that energy they're taking away from their youth. They're not investing their time wisely. They're not. I just laugh at them when they when you like, oh my gosh, he played me, like, baby girl. He's over here. He's gonna end up with 3 baby moms at least, minimum. Minimum. I met a guy that was like 22. He had 6 baby moms. We were supposed to buy a house, and he's like, I can't buy a house because my baby mama taking my money. Yo, so funny. So, so you out here do your thing. Like, he was the type of dude, like, yeah, I got 2 kids with the same birthday. Don't ask me how, that type of thing. So they're gonna pay one way or another. Life is just like that. You don't give away with anything. So you don't have to worry about what this person's gonna get and all that. Is marriage a good thing? Is marriage something that men can benefit from? Absolutely, because they have their peace of mind. They don't got to remember. One of my exes used to say, I hate starting. He said, I can't talk to a lot of girls because I don't have to remember everybody's birthday and what they like, what they don't like. Lies. He still did what he did.
There's another side of that coin. A lot of men can be destroyed by marriage. I'll tell you a secret, though. It's not really a secret. Last year, I was in a relationship.
So he's a divorce attorney, and a lot of people say he's saying that marriage is a lot of benefits in marriage. This is why it's always important for the man to vet the woman and to get the benefits out of the marriage. I mean, okay, vet the woman so that way it can be beneficial to you when you are married to her. But when you're choosing off the wrong thing, it can lead to your destruction and demise, because it's kind of like how women, if they want to have casual sex, and we got to talk about this casual sex thing, okay? If you want to have casual sex, right? The woman is taking most of the risk in that scenario. Men take risks too. Yes, we get STD, but they're not getting pregnant. So that's why women have to be choosy and picky about who they get allowed to be into their body, because they carry that risk of pregnancy, and then it's their problem. For real, it's their problem. Now, a man can support or walk away, but the same way that woman is taking a risk, a man is taking a risk getting married, because he can have a lot of things stripped away from him. He can have financial devastation. He can have the law work against him unless he got some good lawyers, right? But he can still have good lawyers, and because it's really leaning towards women now. So he is taking that risk, But at the same time, some men come into it with they don't have as much as they had when they got, like, okay, let's say you had a little something, but you got married, and now it's like this big thing, and all of the benefit, you got the benefits of it. You know what I mean? You built your career. You can still build your career without it, but hey, you built your career with a happy heart. I don't know, right? And now it multiplied what you had before, and now it's like, okay, well, now how do we split this? But you still benefited from the marriage to make that nest egg or to make that pot of money. So yeah, that all can be torn down in one day with divorce.
And it was kind of long.
What y'all had to say?
And we broke up last year. If that relationship had went into this year, I might be engaged.
I want to say something, ladies. He said if that relationship had went into this year, I might have been engaged. And look, his big old smile. Y'all gotta see this. All right, y'all Instagram didn't see this, right? It's like kind of like, haha, I got you. I'd have been engaged. Like, you should have waited. Like that. I was like, yo, you see the shade? That's how I took it. Anyway, so he is sometimes, ladies, like when you in position, stay in position. That's what he's trying to say. Like, if she ain't mess up, come on, Cole. If she ain't mess up too bad, she must have did something. Because he was like, if she would have stuck around, I probably would have married her, right? That's what I say. Play your cards, right, ladies?
I might be engaged. Me as the lead attorney. So, first of all, there's no one in this chat more knowledgeable about marriage and divorce than me.
All right. Anthony says, excellent points of conversation. Thank you. It's not always easy to. I'm really not liking this light today. Sorry. It's still washing out. This is crazy. It's not always. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not good. It's a delay. I'm looking at the wrong one. It's not always easy to talk about certain things, but I will talk about it because if it'll serve other people. All right, here we go. I didn't know I had cleavage coming through. All right, here we go. Yeah, so just keep that in mind.
Because guys, when you see so much of the bad things, you start to see patterns of the bad things, and then you recognize what's not on that list. What you come to realize over 5, 10, 15 years is the things that you don't see on the list on the bad side, those are on the good side. And so you put the bad side and the good side together, guess what? You see the whole damn thing. Guys, after about...
All right, so he's saying there's nobody more knowledgeable about marriage than him. Now, I definitely agree with him that he said in the chat. So he does this every day. When somebody does something every day, you got to respect their expertise. His clients are going to tell him, imagine the husband comes and says all the bad stuff that the woman does. Imagine a different wife come and says all the bad stuff that the husband does. He's going to see all of these things in front of him and know the pattern. I think I was on the phone the other day and I skipped to what she was going to ask, but she was asking me questions. And I was like, yeah. And I already knew what she was going to ask me because after a while you have these conversations, I know what you're going to ask me. So he sees it. And what he's saying is, I see the patterns, all the bad stuff, but you just got to flip that. I'm talking about flipping. Flip that and look at what the good, if let's say she didn't do something. If she would have done this, then she would have been a good wife. If he would have done that, then he would have been a good husband. So he's seeing where the breakdowns are happening, and that person, you could tell that person all day, but just because y'all got so much friction, y'all not changing, that's why y'all get the divorce. You get what I'm saying? So it's important, man. Now I'm thinking about it, like we really do have to talk about divorce because we probably can prevent so many divorces from happening. Some people have a mindset of she'll never leave and I don't have to worry about changing. And then when you decide that, like, listen, I can't live my life like that. I can't live my life in this downward spiral that you think is okay. Like sometimes people have to part ways. But if you could be with somebody, if two people could say, no matter what, we're going to stick it out, it takes two people. It cannot be one person trying to stick it out while the other person slinging mud and throwing hits and all of that. It got to be two people fighting life, fighting negative thoughts, fighting laziness, fighting negative conversation, and all of these like things that keep you from actually being a good partner. All of these people on the outside of your marriage, that's what it's going to take. It's going to be the fight of your life when you're in a relationship. And that's why when people get in their second marriage, they say that those people appreciate it more than anything. You just gotta choose you gotta choose good again because it's still a risk, right? You have to choose very well, but you're not gonna take it for granted because you already know what could happen. Or you can be one of those people that said, you know what, I'm not gonna go through this again and I'm out. Or you could be that person, that woman, that man to be like, listen, no matter what, we're going to work this out. And y'all come to your own conclusion. Y'all come to your own situation where you say, you know what? I'm gonna work this out with this person. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna be there for that person. I'm gonna give them some time. I'm gonna give them some time so to actually come to their senses. I'm gonna give them a break. You know, I could work with that. I could.
10, 15 years of practicing, I started to see the whole thing, right? So I am well acquainted with this institution. And I think for me, I can get a lot of value out of it. Now I have to find the right one.
This man sees bad marriages every day, troubled marriages every day, and he still will get married. He says nothing, should not get anything, just the child support. That's what the men say.
It's hard to do on here. I mean,
you know what I hear when people say she shouldn't get anything. It's probably why y'all getting a divorce right now because you're not being considerate of her. A man that's being considerate from the beginning to the end is going to be like, you know what, she should get something. It don't have to be 50%, but she should get something. And if you're in the business of appreciating a woman and realizing her value, if she was a woman that appreciated you, you really wouldn't do her like that. I'm just saying. I'm not saying she should get 50%, even though that's what you agreed on when you got married. So it also says that people back out of their word. It also says, because let's say the woman got more money. She still got to split. Don't she have to split that 50% too? Mary J. Blige had to. So the law is the law. So the man did good in the relationship. Why did he do good though? He wasn't homesick. He wasn't taking care of no kids. That like he wasn't spending a majority of his time making sure the kids are straight. Women can do a whole lot nowadays. That's what we have to understand. That women are giving up a lot. It's a lot of women that give up. Come on, a lot of women that give up where they could be. They could be much further, but they put their family first, and that counts for something. So when you come over here, y'all gonna have to be a little nicer to the women over here, okay? Because I do stand up for the men, but I'm not gonna let the women be put under the bus. Now she drive you crazy and you mad about it, whatever, whatever, but you still want to be married to her though, so that's on you, right? But I do believe that women, like a lot of times, it's like you when you in a hard situation, you like, bro, this is why y'all get divorced because you like, bro, I could have been I don't have to go through this with you. I could have just get the money and go. That's where really when a woman is frustrated, a good woman. I ain't talking about somebody like not non-good woman. I don't even know how they think. But it's like I would have been better off. I remember times like you won't even watch the kids. Like, bro, if we was not together, you would have to watch your own kids, right? I would just think that. I was just like, so women do go through a lot of things. So let's not say, oh well, she gets nothing. She just no. It's like this is why people are getting divorced because of the kind of behavior. So we could all check our mindsets. Like, look, this person is a human being. This person's a human being that put her life on the line to have my children. Let me treat her a little bit more kindly, with more respect. Because yes, men have to go to work, but like I said, I always say that right before I had my last child, a woman died in childbirth a month before. I'm a G. Like this, my fourth. I'm good. What? Put that epidural in my back. I'll be good. I was freaking out. I was like, bro, if I die right now, Amber, hey, hey. If I die right now, what? Tu s'en as fait? Oh. What my kids gonna do? Right? So we over here putting our life on the line just for a man to be like, oh, you getting fat. I'm sorry, what? Because I had to eat for two people and I never stopped getting hungry. Did your feet get swollen? Did they have to cut you? I didn't think I liked the women. Some women are evil. I'm not evil. I'm not talking about evil women. Just the child support. I'm not talking about evil women. This is it. Some women are not evil. A lot of women see what we got to start thinking of is when y'all don't like women that when y'all when you say stuff like certain things, it's kind of like women are trash. But we can't say men are trash. But now you coming with, oh no, she's horrible. You married her. We talking about divorce, so that means you married her. You chose her. You could have chose a nice lady. She ain't had to be the most gorgeous of them, but you could have chose a woman of quality and value. And guess what? You would not be divorcing her because a good man with a good woman, he's not letting her go. If he's smart, you gotta be smart. He's not letting her go because he already knows her value. So we're talking about valuable women. I'm talking about valuable women. Hey, Sharice. Yes, honey, we want to hear what you listen. Should women get half? Should women get half in a divorce? I'm with the half. I'm maybe with the half. I'm okay with 40%. I ain't gonna lie. I'm okay with 40%. The person had to get up every single day, put the effort in. I always, honey, I didn't ever stay in the bed. They could never like you always hear like you always doing something. That's what you always hear. We cleaning something, we organizing something, we going to school, we taking care of the kids, we having dinner, we doing something. We was always busy, right? So it was not like Marge. Remember Marge? Wait. What's Margie? Margie from not the Simpsons, y'all. I'm tripping. Love and marriage, go together like a horse and carriage. This I tell your brother. Here they go. The same damn time every day. You can't have one without the other. Can y'all hear me? Instagram? Somebody called me. Anyway, I wasn't eating bonbons on the couch. I don't never been married. I ain't never been married. Yeah, so yeah, it's marriage is like teamwork. Marriage is like teamwork. Am I qualified to answer? Yes, I want to hear from people that are not married. So I appreciate that. Do you think that a woman deserves half? Y'all are a team. You said when you signed up, you get half of all of my stuff. Now, when it's time to get divorced, you can't get half no more because it's too much money. That's like the people that don't pay tithes. Oh, I'm gonna dig in y'all butts today. I'm gonna dig in y'all butts today. Yes, the girl's working out. The name of the show is the name of the show is Ruth and Relationships. Should women get half in divorce? Oh, so y'all non-tithe payers. So all the guys that said the woman should get nothing, come in with you came out with. Y'all paying tithes over here? Huh? Y'all paying tithes? Huh? Y'all paying tithes though? Yeah, I bet you like, I don't believe in church. I don't believe in that. That's a white man's religion. So when you pay 10%, of your increase to the Lord's work, so that there be meat in his house, so that everything can run. You're paying so that things can run and you have a place. By the way, church was fire on Sunday. And a lot of times church gets you out that funk. Church gets you all like, ready to start businesses. Like you going to good church. They telling you all about what's happening in your life. You can hear me, Deontay? Oh shoot. See? I knew it. All right. Okay. Can you hear me now? So church gets you all the way together. Y'all, if you missing church, you are missing out. Oh my gosh, you are missing out. You are missing out. So make sure that you going to church. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I was no oh. So I was saying it was 10%. So if you don't pay 10% on, I think I lost them. What are we talking about today? Divorce. Child, it's like that's another one. Future has created 7+ broken homes, but Russell is the one that's corny. God forbid a man actually be a great father and loving to his wife. That's the world we live in. I'm scared of y'all. What do y'all think about that? Oh my gosh. They calling Russell a cornball because he actually wants to be. Ooh, girl. Your girl's looking good. I make my kids look at me. I'm like, look at mom. She look good, don't she? Give me some encouragement. Because I used to make them like, look at mom. Don't she got to work out? Don't she? It is changed there. Hold on, y'all. All right. We're back Instagram. So we're talking about should women get half in divorce? Excuse me. Should women get half in divorce? So if a woman is not evil, let me ask you this. If a woman is not evil, should she get half then? Should women get half in divorce? Because last time I checked, a husband is supposed to sacrifice. Anyway, I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let that go because women do sacrifice. Anyway, all right, here we go. Oh yeah, I know I was digging in y'all with. I was talking about tithe 10%. Okay, so if you don't pay 10%, let's say your check is $1,000, $1,000 you got to give $100, and if you said you got that touch, thank you, $100. If you're not faithful with a few, right? If you're faithful with few, you're going to be faithful with many, right? God's going to bless you pretty much. Hey, gorgeous, she says. Hey, princess, how are you? Thank you. Let me know if we get kicked out again. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. Hopefully nobody, if somebody calls, I'm gonna be like this and you tell me we can't hear. All right. Your energy, love. Thank you. Appreciate it. Right. I'm all excited. I'll talk about divorce. So 10%. You don't you if you can't pay that $100 faithfully, when you get $1,000,000, you are not writing that check for no $100,000. You're gonna be like, you're looking at that amount like, yo, this is too big to give God. But there's a saying, you can't outgive God. God will give you so much more for the faithfulness that you have. He'll bless you with opportunities and places you never have. Let me tell you something. There's another thing I want to tell you about being married. And I know because I know. When my story, my personal story, everything's not all bad. You understand? Because if it was all bad, then I wouldn't stay for that long. Oh, we back. Okay. All right. They didn't kick me all the way off. They just kicked me halfway off. All right. So we back. Okay. Yes. Okay. We doing the Charmaine. Okay. Okay. Shout out to Charmaine. Hey. All right. So let me tell you something about being married that y'all don't know. One, right before my ex came to the church, right before like a job interview, one thing I said was, I can't marry you because X, Y, and Z. So he went to school, he got whatever. So his income increased already because I had my requirements. Somebody just told me to tell him, and I was like, well, let's try it. Why not? He actually did it. So him going to that program in the school, he did good. And I was like, yay. He got a job right after he came to my church. The prophet spoke on him and all of this stuff. He got a job and they paid him well. And it was a secure job. Y'all don't want to believe, like, oh, it's a coincidence. Go ahead, coincidence, people. I'm going to go ahead and thank God for it, right? I'm going to go ahead and thank God for it. But I knew this is how God works. You want to honor God. Good afternoon, Keisha. Hey, how are you? He says no. Charmaine, she heard me. Charmaine's like, she said her name. Okay, yes. Okay. So he gets a job right before we get married. Was it before or right after? Was it right after or right before? Anyway, it was like right new whatever. Yeah, he got a brand new job, like right after we got married or whatever. Yeah. Yep. We were already married and then he got a brand new job. As soon as he came to our church. And benefits was great. Everything was great. And he's always progressed and everything like that. That was God blessing us because we decided to honor him and do the right thing. I believe when you call on God, and let's say you're a mother, because I feel like, God, hey, I wish you would have me in these streets asking these men. And I know you a good God. I gotta pay my bills. You have to provide. You are my daddy, okay? So I just be God is like, what I gotta give her. I gotta give. She has things to take care of. She's taking care of my people. I gotta help her. God sends things my way because I'm doing what he asked me to do. So whether you're taking care of your purpose, whether you're taking care of your children, whether you're a man and you want to take care of your family, God is going to bless you for that. So don't tell me there ain't no benefits in marriage. There's going to be doors opening up for you because you're married. Society's going to look at you differently as a man because you're married. So when we're talking about benefits of marriage, what are y'all waiting for, men? What are you're going to be like, why I should have done this a long time ago? And how do I know? Because I take it out of the words of men's mouth who are successful. You're going to be that hit that $1 million way faster. What, you could just get a wife and she could be the assistant to help you build your business. You could get a wife and she can help you make sure everything's on point. You don't got to be a single dad no more. You could be a wife, huh? I mean, you could get a wife and y'all work together and get things together. Y'all get in a bigger house together. Most of the people that have the best homes are married. They're getting it together, okay? So you have a lot of benefits. He says, hell no, I'm keeping everything I worked hard for before I met you. That's the reason why I'm scared to get married. But that's what you'll have. But when you get married, what I'm saying is multiplies. It multiplies. It multiplies. It multiplies. It multiplies, okay? We was already there. Y'all jumping in. You got to watch from the beginning. It multiplies. So basically y'all build this thing together. Now let me say this for the people that says whatever I came in and it's what we leave with. Da, da, da. Like, okay, she have a job, you have a job. She never leave her job, and then y'all divorce. Okay, I give you that one. But if this girl stayed home and took care of the kids and didn't take a paycheck, I think y'all should change our mind about that because she took that L. She really did, and I'm not changing my stance on that. Thank you. She said, your energy, heart. Yes. So it's not until you stop working. No, I want the guys to stop working. I'll work. Okay. And then when we get divorced, you get nothing of not working to everybody. Okay. and you get nothing for watching them kids and taking care of the family. You do that because we're not thinking about the other person. Anyway, if that's that's what you believe, that's what you believe. But like I said, if you're afraid of marriage, even a divorce attorney says that marriage is still a good idea. He would get married because he realizes the benefits of getting married. The benefits. So that's why you stack the odds. I'm talking to a buyer earlier, and I'm like, we're gonna do everything we can to stack the odds in your favor before you buy this house. So it's a more likely that you can qualify. Because right now they're saying you can't qualify, but it's more likely that you will qualify with all the things I'm about to do. And that is what you do when you're married. You make sure that she's a cooperative person. That's why, like, look, they made a good choice. I was easy going in the marriage, and I was easy going in the divorce. I want somebody to say I did something. I was the way I am, kind and all of that stuff. I was all of that. So that's probably why he win. They say I let people take advantage of me too much though. So I gotta stop all that. Anyway, he said, "What if I already built my empire?" Well, if you already built your empire by yourself, then you get a prenup. But this is what I'm saying. Like some of these benefits now, how would I feel if I was sorry because I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, bro. You want to tap into my anointing, huh? You want to tap into what I was bringing to the table, huh? Even people say like, I miss your counsel. I missed the advice that you gave me because you helped me make better moves. When I was with you, I can make better moves because you always had a good answer. You always helped me solve the problem, right? Not always, but that is somebody you come to. Like a good wife is going to help you make those decisions. That's hard. She's going to watch your back and your blind side. I can't do this all this. Let me move on. y'all sleeping on marriage, but okay. Okay. Some guys see it though. Some guys know. You're going to have a bigger empire with her, the right woman. Whatever you have, she will help you multiply. That's what we do. You give us a seed, we give you a baby, right? You give us a house, we give you a home. You give us groceries, we make 4-course meal. Is that that's what it's called? 4-course or full course? I don't know. I just hear these things. What are y'all saying over here, Instagram? Should a woman get half in divorce? This is I'm listen. I don't care. Like some people will say half, some people will say not half. I say not half. It don't have to be half, child. It don't have to be half. But let's just say, okay, let's just say y'all have an account and it's $200,000 in the account, and she actually helped you get the $200 in the account. At that time, she's not going to deserve half that money that she helped put it in. Dino, is it Dino? Dina, Dean over everything. Dean, fool. What you said, fool? Tell him. Right. So she probably sometimes the woman is the one, but like, listen, we need to save money, or we need to invest, or we need. You don't know what she had to do with this, so yeah, it deserves. It depends on the scenario for real. That's probably why it goes to court. Thank God it goes to court, and it's not an automatic. That would be horrible for the guys. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Like, oh, you're a guy. Welcome to court. 50%. We don't even want to hear your case. Just give her 50. Oh man, that's crazy. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. All right, Keisha says she deserved it. She deserved it. All right. And Kervin says, yeah, if she helped, I'm cool with that. A good woman is always going to help. But how is that help coming through? Sometimes, all right, let me give you the scenario. With the stay-at-home wife, right? Let's just say you had a stay-at-home wife and you were able to go home and you go to work and you had kids. Let's just say you take away the stay-at-home wife. She disappears. Who's going to watch your kids? Who's going to watch your kids when you got to go to work and build that empire? Explain to me. Who's watching them? You would now be paying someone to watch your children so you can go build your empire. No. If we build something together, of course it will be 50-50. So when you say we build something together, so does that mean she got to go to work and take care of the kids? I'm trying to walk y'all through this thing. This is why maybe in the marriage, y'all should just write the woman a check when she's doing her part to take care of the family. Just write her a check. They'll be like, this your check, woman. Stay with me. Don't divorce me. It's going to cost me more. That's why they said cheaper to keep her, right? Don't divorce me. It's going to cost me more. Just give her a check. This why they mad. I'm telling you, this why they mad. They had access to the money, but while you was getting your paycheck and you was cashing it and you wanted to tell her what she could do with the money, she couldn't have that. Now she finally can have her freedom, so she's going to take that check. That's what it's about. To me, that's what that's about. Freely, I can do whatever I want with the money now. Before, it was his money. That's why it has to always be ours. If it's not ours and one person's holding on the strings, then that woman is going to have resentment and she's going to go for all that she can have. He says, no, in my case, I'm talking before we have kids. Okay, so before we have kids, that's what I said. I'm willing to say, if you whatever you came in with, I have a job, you have a job, we go in, we come out. I don't need to take your half if you working. No, keep your money. It's fine. But when I got to carry your seed and maybe work, now it gets a little tricky. Now it gets to be like, hold up, wait a minute. Like start giving women $75,000 or whatever amount of your income when she had a baby, so she would stop trying to get divorced to you because it feels like you're not appreciated, right? So then I feel like that resentment builds up, and then they want to cash that check later, because now it's like, I did all of this, you wasted my good years, I could have been with somebody that I did, you know what I mean? Because she's not going to be able to get the same kind of man when she get divorced. Not all of them. All right. Y'all better follow Winetta Jordan and Shawnee O'Neal for tips. It's cheaper to keep her. It's cheaper to keep her. This is why, wait, was this you, Keisha, that said that? He's like, y'all need to stop telling these high value men to stop telling them to cheat, because then they're going to regret it. Like, this is the resentment that builds up, I believe. If you're looking at it from where I'm sitting, it's like it's resentment building up. It's like, wait, all this time you want to be the big deal in this relationship, and I served you and I did all this for you, and you telling me, and I let you slide with that girl and that girl. Oh, it's my time. And I don't know, as a guy, sometimes I take the L. So as the guy, I probably I like guys that be like, I'll take the L. It's cool. Like, it was a guy in the back of my Uber, and he was like, yo, with child support, I give my ex anything she asks me for. If I gotta pay child support, I pay $600 a month for one kid. And if she asks me for something else, I'm giving it to her because she takes care of my kid. It's a mindset. It's just a mindset. You may not have that mindset for your kids. This is why women this is why those guys pay a lot of money for their kid, because I want to keep my kid in private school. I want to keep my kid in the nicest clothes. Like, they want that standard for their kid. Some guys is like, I'm gonna dress you like a prince when you're with me, and when you go to your mom's, you can go back with your rags. That's so dead wrong. I'm not even gonna touch that one. Keisha said, nah, it wasn't me, but I agree. Yeah, somebody said it the other day. It's like, y'all need to tell these guys to start cheating, because it's not gonna end well. This is what it is. I think the cheating is starting to get to him. Like, yeah, okay. He's like, oh, you want to cheat? Okay, one day I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna get you back. All right, let's keep going. Oh man. All right. Where you at, Lee? Okay, wait. I don't think we hit that other point. So my man's Curvin said, all right, before we have kids and we both are working, whatever we came in with, that's what we leave with. I think that's what Will was trying to say. Sorry, Will. I was saying, after y'all have kids together, though, it gets a little tricky because somebody's sacrificing a little more, either not even more. Somebody's sacrificing in a different way. And when y'all not both working, it's like, okay, well, what gets, like, who gets, like, what credit do I get for this? What credit do I get for that? How do I get compensated for this when we're not together no more? Because it's going to cost money to raise these kids. I'm not saying you should take care of a woman after y'all not together and all that stuff. Like I'm telling you, and then they got me. I'm like, what? What is she talking about? Let's keep going so we get to that part. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's before y'all got had kids together, yes, the way I came in, the way you came in, we both leave out the same. I agree.
A big Bumble fan. I was a big Bumble fan. I met some spectacular women. I met 4 or 5 spectacular women on Bumble. Then I went to Hinge.
You talk about dating that.
Hinge got like an AI that matches you, like AI supposedly. That's what they say. That's what the marketing says. It was knocking him out the park. It was knocking him out the park. Well, at any rate.
He's saying Bumble is better than
It looks like our boy Anthony's going to be back on Hinge because at 51 years old, his wife has filed for divorce against him. Now,
51.
Here's the thing, and this, you want to talk about a red flag. If you're a woman.
Okay, he's 51. And the statistics say in your 50s, that's where you reach your financial peak. But let me tell you where the story gets a little shady, because she already tried to file for divorce. Liliana says, even if you don't have children together, you build. Like, yeah, like if you had like a retirement account, this is where it gets tricky. It's like, yo, I didn't think about, we were supposed to retire. You were supposed to be helping me. You were my husband, or you were my wife. Like whoever had the retirement, it's like, okay, so what happens with that? So I lose those years. I lose that money. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, like I didn't have to work, but okay. So when I get older, like what happened? You know what I mean? Like it's starting to get real tricky. So if you have like $50,000 saved, $500,000 saved, who gets that? Who gets that? That's not y'all's anymore. That's just his. Like even if she contributed anything to it, who gets that? Let's say he contributed all of that, right? If he contributed all of that, y'all were married together, you took care of the house. In that scenario, would she deserve half? I wouldn't say half. Like if he's putting all the money in the account, I wouldn't say half. But you can't be like she deserved nothing. This is the extreme. You said she whatever we came in here with, that's all she get. It's like I wouldn't say half, but I wouldn't say zero. That's like walking away with zero. Zero. But the man, he's older. He's older. He's more stable as time goes on. The woman loses her young years, and that's where the issue comes in.
And you want to get married? Would you date a divorce attorney? Is that a red flag? This is a question I want to ask because it's the number one question I get when I'm on these dates. But let's just say you know, you can say, okay, an attorney, you might want to marry an attorney, but would you want to marry a divorce attorney? Right? As a divorce attorney,
you would feel like you lose that one.
Flag that I see. She had filed a divorce already in 2014.
This is the part where it gets tricky.
Now, guys, let me tell you something. This is not uncommon. I have had countless people retain me for a divorce. Honestly, it's mostly men, now that I think about it. Almost always the men. But it happens both genders. There's been a few times with women, now that I think about it, but it's mostly men. They'll retain me for a divorce. They'll pay my initial retainer. And they'll come back 2 weeks, a month and a half, 2 months, and be like, listen, we're going to work it out. They work it out and they reconcile. And sometimes,
you know what? When it comes to this is what I did want to say about when men have to pay half. This is where I start getting on their side because it's like the law is deterring you from divorcing her. But as we all know, or we are getting to know, that women file for 80% of those divorces. they're the ones that's filing, right? So it's a financial incentive for her to file and for her to leave. So how do we balance that out so it could be like both of y'all have to try to work this out? Both of y'all should want to work this out, right? Because right now it seems like financially it's going to be devastating the men, and that's where I'm just like, although I built my case up for the women, although sweetheart, you deserve a lot, you deserve the world, baby girl. However, you're not to leave him devastated. You're not to leave him not sorry. I'm all sorry, Facebook. You're not to just leave him like with nothing, right? It's always it doesn't matter if it's like um it doesn't matter if it's the guy or the woman or the guy, right? Just be fair. Be fair.
That's the last time I see him. Now sometimes they come back and they say, "Hey, can you take my case again because it didn't take. We tried, but it just didn't work. It didn't work." But usually they're gonna get divorced. If one person goes and hires an attorney at some point, the divorce is coming. Guys, if you are married and your woman hires a divorce attorney,
it's over.
And then y'all talk and y'all reconcile, you've reconciled in theory. In practice, you need to be getting ready.
Right.
You need to be getting ready. You need to be getting your financial house in order. If you suspect that she's cheating, you need to call a private investigator, get proof of that. In many states, guys, if you get proof of cheating, that will cut against the alimony claim. You need to start looking at your debts and your assets because it's coming. I mean, just because she withdrew the divorce, the complaint for divorce, doesn't mean that she's never going to get divorced from you. It means, really, what it means is you got some time. That's all it means. You got some time to get ready. I used to have a pastor, baby. Shout out. I don't want to say his name. He's passed away now, but he had cancer. He would always give his testimony about how he had cancer and how he had beat it, and there were times when it was touch and go, and he would always the pulpit. He'd be screaming, "Get ready! You better get ready!" Shout out to him, man. Awesome pastor. And when she files that complaint of divorce against you, and then she withdraws it because you got her the flowers from CVS and some chocolates, you better get ready. Right? So she filed a divorce against him in 2014. Then they reconcile. Now, why did they reconcile? Anybody know? Does anybody know in 2014? I mean,
it's about to get good.
Why did they reconcile? Well, it just happened to be that the wife withdrew her divorce complaint when our man Anthony got the new multi-million-dollar contract for Blackish. When the Brinks truck, when the armored Brinks truck backed up to their house and started unloading all the cash, started unloading all the bags of cash on the front steps, that's when she was like, "Lead attorney." I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, how you doing? Lead attorney, I need you to cancel that divorce."
Divorces is everything. Everything.
Cancel the divorce. We've been fighting for 2 years. Why do you want to cancel it? Lead, I just need you to cancel it back. That's what she did.
Cancel the divorce.
She just canceled. She was like, "I'm done. No, we don't need to divorce it."
And then she back. When the Brinks truck backed up to the house.
I saw what you brought to the house. I saw you bring the Brinks truck to the house. I saw them unloading the bags of cash in the house.
That's my house. I'm going to get some of that.
Why would I divorce you now when I can divorce you later? When your net worth has grown a little bit.
That's crazy.
Right? Because
Oh my gosh. I don't I don't move like that. If I was moving like that, I would have been like, well, I'll just divorce you and kick you out the house when the real estate rates, like when the house doubles in value. Let me just have when it double, every time I think about it, I'm like, oh god, that's a check. But gotta give me plenty of big checks. Um, that's like that's so conniving to me that you would go back to a marriage that you said was not good just so you can have a bigger check. Just so you can be like, oh baby, let's work it out, and then next thing you know, come on, ladies, we already know who's gonna be a winner, right? So she been new. So now it looks pretty bad. It looks pretty bad. But he's gonna get into it. Sorry. I'm seeing all my legs and stuff. Hold on, y'all. My phone's the other way. All right, here we go. Now, Henry says, I'm trying to get married and make it last forever. Make it last forever. Y'all didn't know y'all get a whole concert and ever. Yeah. Don't let her laugh. He said, I appreciate the contents you talk about. A real eye opener. But marriage is one time for me and that's it. Aw, yes, Henry. Absolutely. Marriage is one time. If you pick the kindest, most cooperative woman, beautiful, team player, y'all gonna have the most amazing marriage ever. I'm cooperative. Like I said, it wasn't no horrible thing on his end. He made out pretty okay. Except for the child support. He still complaining with the child. Oh, damn it. Oh, right? I got what all the baby mamas got. I didn't get nothing special. You know what I mean? Eh. So so and that's okay because when I built up my business, I ain't trying to get him half anyway. So absolutely, you definitely want to do marriage one time, and it's like I said, if you saw a little bit earlier, he was saying how the marriage benefits men a lot greatly, especially having your kids with that person. Curvin switched up. He said, "Let me go on Instagram." Having your kids with that person, having your not one kid in this house and one kid in that house and one kid in that house and one kid in that house, right? 7 different broken homes. That is not a win. So pay that. Like, let me tell you something about me. If and I don't even go on camera. Let me tell you, if I had to go on the road, let's say I was a singer, right? Rule their relationships. Ooh, right? Let me say I had to go on the road and I had to leave them with their dad, right? I would contribute. I would have to contribute. Now I'm gonna contribute like this, the same amount. Okay, it ain't gonna be no proportionate to my income and all that. But my kids cost, and I don't want to put nobody out when my kids cost. I would pay that. I would pay so I could be like, yo, you gonna watch them for me? Like I really, how you buy a house, you like you gonna let me rent it back? Like you gonna take them back after school so I go back to work so I can make some more money? You gonna take them? I can't do that, but I wish I could sometimes. Right? You gonna watch them for free? Bet. Let me go make this money, right? And then let me help out. If it had to be me, I'm like, it's for me, it's easier to write the check than to do the work. I emotionally, you have to invest in your children, mentally, spiritually, physically. My kids, they not. My oldest goes to church, and I don't tell her to go to church. You get what I'm saying? She goes to her own. She does her own thing, but she's doing it. Now, how's that going to happen if I didn't invest in her when she was little? She starts her own business. How does she get to know these things? These benefits, it's not even about her getting to stay home and not working, but what about the seeds y'all planted in your children? So yes, marriage has plenty of benefits. And the most of the benefits is going to be for the kids. And that's okay. So I take the L. If I had to, like, if let's say somebody was suing me, God forbid, oh Jesus, don't let me sue me, right? Let them, whatever. The rich person settles with that person to make them go away. This is what the men have to do in their relationship, unfortunately. But trust me, if you ain't got a big pile of money, it really don't matter what we talking about right now because it's not gonna be much to get, and that's that. They don't get half your paycheck, y'all. We're not talking about that. The courts is only going to allow them to get a percentage of your money. They're not. Trust me. I try to. I had to ask them. They're like, ma'am, there's no room for alimony, okay? It's not worth. I'm like, you know what? She's like, that's what you be getting in. It's not worth the fight. I was like, all right. Right? With a white woman in marriage, men live longer. True. Facts. We said that in one of the lives, and women with a good man are well taken care of. Being loved properly is so beautiful and important. Absolutely. I am all for marriage. I'm super marriage. I'm so marriage. I want to help people not get a divorce. Save the money. But men, we do y'all do have the I think men, if men start like going all out with their woman, like if you go all out, let me tell you something. If you go all out with for your woman right now, when divorce is not even a question, if you're proactive, you don't have to really work. Like the only way you have to worry about divorce is if she really wasn't a good woman to start with, if she never really wanted to be with you, if she just wanted the benefit, she loved you for what you can do and not for who you are. If you didn't lead like that, then she shouldn't think that way in the first place. That makes sense. So every single day, it's like if I'm in a relationship, I'm doing all that I can so we don't break up. If I'm in a marriage, I'm doing all that I can so we can have a good marriage. But there's no complacency. I'm always going to be keeping it up. I thought about this too. Women, when you are working out your body, you do it for yourself and you are a product to your man. Like this is what he gets. If your body is the temple, right? If God says your body is a temple, right? And this your husband has a right to your body, right? Spiritually and legally, right? He has that right. So why are you saying like I used to be the one like, oh my God, I had a kid. Yeah, I had a kid, but give me some time. I'm gonna get my body right back together. Because why would I just be like, you need to take me as I am, and that's I get what I get, and that's you get what you get, and you don't get upset, right? But then I thought about it. I was like, yo, I want to have a good product, so he don't want to go cheat. I want to have a good product, so when he does cheat, he looks stupid. When when it's over, he looks dumb. Come on, don't you look right? That's what I want. I want to be like I did everything I could. I had a good. I fought a good fight. I kept the faith. I did everything I could to make it work. If it don't work after that, that's on y'all. So if the men would just be like, I'm gonna do everything I can for this woman, and I'm gonna be a good man to her. The only woman that's not going to appreciate that is a woman that wants more than you can offer her, and then you don't need her anyway. Pay her off and let her go. Bye. This is just a payoff. Pay her off, let her go away. Bye, and go make more money. It gets worse, y'all.
I know you are.
It gets worse.
What's the problem with the divorce now? Right? Of course, she's asking for half.
She's asking for half. The way he said half.
Who thinks it stops there?
Do you think it stops
just at that? All right. You got the Departed money.
Not fair.
You got the Bernie Mac money. You got the Law and Order money.
Right. Ooh.
You got the Two Can Play That Game money.
Ooh.
You got the Blackish money.
Ooh.
Just give me half of all that you worked for, and we're done. Like, that's not fair. What else does she want? I need to be taken care of. Alimony.
Yo, can we get some ones in the chat for the voice though? For the voice. Shout out to lead attorney for the voice. Oh, I need to drink this damn girl. She said they said Future has 7 different broken homes. Sad. Future's not the only one. Right down the street got 7 broken homes too. The problem is they keep bigging up these guys and acting like you're my hero. Like, come on, think about what you're saying. How they your hero and this is what they're doing. I don't think they're saying the hero because of the kids, but what I'm saying is, what is the role models? Don't call Russell a simp. Be like, yo, I rock with Future, but that whole part about 7 different broken homes. I'm glad they're talking about this because this. Come on, y'all. Y'all know a guy that got 4 or 5 baby mamas. Okay, sometimes it don't work out. It's not the number, but they doing it with the intention of like, I don't really care. My kids will be good. I take care of my kids. It's like the thought. There's some other guys though, baby. When they say, I'm not having no kid, like I'm so proud of those guys. Like I was so proud. He's like, I'm not having no kids and I'm not married. I was like, okay, brother, go ahead. He said, "All my kids, I'm gonna have kids with my wife." I said, "All right." I said, "They sound more wholesome than the women." I said, "What?" It's some women like, "I'd rather have a baby. I'm not gonna get married though." I'm like, I don't understand that. Nick Cannon too. If he's not in the home, it's not a win. Absolutely. We all that anybody that has the situation with the broken homes and it didn't work out, it's tough. But you don't do it again and again and again and again and again, you know? Absolutely. So yeah, we got to consider all of these things.
She checked that box.
She checked
They
that
got a
box.
little box you can check. She checked that box. I'm going a little bit out. For how long?
She want alimony.
Indefinitely. Oh, indefinitely.
Indefinitely.
Not only do
I want to be paid to be your ex-wife.
I also want alimony indefinitely.
Guys, this is like the guy getting 40% of his money. Like, are you the government ex-wife? Like, what is going on? Why are you trying to take all the man's money? To me don't make sense. It's just overboard. Just because you can do something doesn't mean it's ethically right. You know what I mean? Like she's like, what am I owed? I can get this, I can get that. Okay. It's like you never loved me, woman. Right? I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I apologize. Like this alimony indefinitely. How much was it though? Was it like a small number or like a big number? Because half the money and then she went to income. But like I said, because people can't flip money, they like this is the all the money I'm gonna have, and then I gotta go work at the grocery store. That's what she's thinking. She don't want to let that life go, but she want to let that life go.
Right. So
Trust me. When I was divorced, let me tell you something, okay? Jesus, this is horrible. This is horrible, y'all. I remember breaking up with somebody. I was like, yo, I didn't cry this much over my divorce. I was like, I was only crying when I was like, oh no, the car. Oh no, the car insurance. It was like this guy was like, you know, you're a grown woman, right? You pay your own stuff. I was mad. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I think I cried a lot more about the stuff than it. I was like, I think I was better than I thought I was.
you
Anyway,
want half of my net worth. Yes. And you want me to pay you alimony month after month, year after year, indefinitely. Yes. All right. Well, we're gonna need attorneys to do this. Can
oh
you at
wait,
least pay for your own attorney?
I'm done.
No. Oh, she has asked the court to order him to pay her attorney's fees. Mind you, she has attorneys that are trying to take half of everything he has plus alimony. He has to pay for her attackers. He has to
Wait. Let me give y'all some real estate terminology. Love can make you smile and it can make you cry. Oh my gosh, yes it can. Oh, poor. Let's all pray for Anthony, okay? So listen, in real estate, the sellers. I hope y'all not listening to sellers, but this is what y'all got to do. Sellers pay for both the agents. The agents that's going to negotiate against you and the agent that is working for you. You're paying both sides. You're paying both sides. So that's the same scenario. The way the system is set up, we didn't set it up, we just abide by it. You, as the seller, are paying for all the realtors and all the brokers. There's four people involved in that paycheck. They're splitting it four ways. You pay all of them. If anything goes wrong, you pay your opponent. So it's kind of like the same thing.
pay for her defenders, for the people that are attacking him.
Yep.
His blackish money goes to support the people who are trying to take his blackish money.
I'm sure he's getting child support too.
His blackish money is going to these people who are trying to take his blackish money. He has to pay her attorney's fees.
Now, what do y'all think about that?
Is any of this
Kenson says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Kenson. What do you say?
Fair.
No, it's not fair.
Is any of this fair?
It's not fair. No.
The answer might surprise you.
And I mean, if the women would just be if some women would be more reasonable, maybe men won't want to be. Um, a lot more men would want to get married because they scared of this. They shouldn't be scared because they ain't got blackish money. I promise you, the courts is not gonna let it get that bad. It's not. Trust me. Trust me. But I think you pay alimony until the person gets married again or something like that.
Might surprise you.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
I try to call things fair.
Here we go. This is opinion. I'm excited.
But you're not really going to get anybody in this sector that's more fair than me. You're not. So you come to the right place.
Come to the right place. Let's go.
Guys, a lot of you will be in a relationship for 12 months, 18 months. You know what you'll get? You know what you'll get? You'll get an ultimatum. Anybody know what that word means? Anybody know how to spell it? Ultimatum. What's the ultimatum? Lead attorney, you need to shit or get off the pot. Oh! The lead attorney has heard that a few times. I'll be honest. I have gotten my share of ultimatums. I'm just like you guys. I know I got on this tie, but under it, I'm just like you. I've gotten my share of ultimatums. Right? I'm not getting any younger, lead. You're taking up my best years, lead.
Wait, did I tell y'all? Did I share with y'all my revelation? How
I want you to marry me, lead. Oh.
Yes.
Guys, you can't win for losing.
Yeah. I started thinking like a man a lot, and I was just like, I went to Atlanta, and I was like, bruh, it was these like hood boys too, and I was like, yo, I just think that every guy, it came to my realization, like every guy has girls one mad at them because they didn't marry him. Like they have like two or three girls that be like, you didn't marry me, and I can't believe you. Like, when are you gonna marry me? They don't even talk no more, right? But every time y'all talk, it's like, why didn't it work out between us? After you should have. And I was like, I didn't think that it was like that. So the guys was like, yo, yeah, like I got an ex, I got at least two girls right now. You know, they like, nah, but if it wasn't for this and if it wasn't for that, I probably would marry her, but she's not doing such and such. Or the way she act, or the way she talked to me, or something. There was a reason why. Or they didn't want to lead a lifestyle. But yeah, I didn't know the pressure that the guys were under. Women, imagine. Imagine these guys like, you should have gave me a baby, and you're like, no, I'm not having a baby until I'm married, and they're like, give me that baby, I want that baby, right? Like they ain't want to hear it. Most people, Cupcake Marathon says, most people get married for the wrong things. The front. Some people have no idea how much work being married requires, how much it can benefit you, or how much it can hurt you. Absolutely, marriage is a lot of work. Yes, and people do get married for the wrong reasons. You might just marry a girl just because of how she looks, but then you are not marrying her looks. You're marrying her as a human being, and you turn out that you don't like that human being. Turns out that human being is disrespectful, even in public. Turns out you didn't choose well. So if you don't choose well, this is what you get. This is what you get. Or you don't act right in the middle of the marriage, right? Or she don't act right in the middle of marriage. Hey, Chuck.
This Almina chick, the wife, did she do like your girlfriend and wait 12 months before she gave you that damn ultimatum? Did she wait 18 months? She gave you some of you guys will get 2 years. Some of you, a year and a half if your girl is pretty. If she's not that pretty, she might give you 2 years. This lady gave Anthony 10 years. 10 years. Shout out to the 2,000 men that are in this chat. None of y'all. Okay. 98% of y'all have not had a woman sign up to be at your side for 10 years without a ring?
I think I was together with him
I'm a divorce attorney,
for
and I can tell
4 or
you
5
that
years
is
before we got married.
rare. That is rare. 10 years. Now, shout out to J-Dub. J-Dub says, well, wait, attorney, he gave her 10 years too. You know, J-Dub doesn't understand that it's not the same. A man's time is not the same as a woman's time. That's what J-Dub is missing.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not.
Women can see it differently. Women have their pretty years. Women have their go-get-'em years.
We got a certain amount of time to get it done.
And, you know, all the men over here, they want to talk about the wall. Well, if the wall is a real thing, J-Dub, the wall is a real thing. She's on the clock. You know, talk to Kevin Samuels, J-Dub. Kevin Samuels will tell you that women are on the clock. So, if you're gonna come over here, J-Dub, you're gonna hear me call it fair.
Call it fair. Call it fair.
A woman giving a man, a woman coming out, you know, coming out the gate strong and giving a man 10 years without no damn ultimatum or nothing. That's tough. What else? Well, not only got the 10 years, but then when they got married, you know, they were married for 22 years. I can tell you
That's
as a divorce attorney,
years.
they don't build a lot of marriages like that.
Yeah, she's done after this. She ain't getting.
Here's the thing, though, guys, and this
32 years.
This is important. What do men?
This is the fight of her life.
Their wives? No, listen. Get your minds out of the gutter. You know, you can say respect.
What do men value in their wives or something?
I get all that. I was married for a decade myself. I get it. But, you know, a lot of times you can want a woman to, you could really want kind of like a ride or die. A ride or die. Y'all remember when Puffy was with J-Lo?
Yes, and when you are ready to get married, life is hard, period.
Puffy just couldn't stop cheating. And then Puffy came out with that song after they broke up, that rap.
I need a girl
and one of the lines in that damn Puffy song was like, you know,
I need a girl.
It was like I need a girl to ride for me or something like that. You want to ride or die? You know, Shawty took the whole ride with me because y'all remember J-Lo. Puffy was on trial for his life. Some of y'all are too young. Y'all know what I'm talking about. There was a shooting, and Puffy was in the club. And Puffy was getting tried, you know, for the involvement in that shooting. And J-Lo
y'all hear me,
stayed
guys?
with him through that. And they were just dating. You know, shout out to Kobe Bryant, like Mamba, rest in peace. Y'all remember what happened in Colorado? Who remembers Kobe Bryant and that white girl in Colorado? Right? Well...
She said you can hear. I'm at Instagram, sorry.
Right now, Vanessa could have divorced him in the middle of all of that. She could have got clout and divorced him while he was on trial, basically for his life. Right? Now, you can say that she got a financial benefit from it. Let me tell you something. She was going to be financially benefited either way. And she would have had all of Hollywood on her side because Kobe admitted to pulling his dick out and squirting it all in the damn blonde-haired girl's face. Wasn't that part of the deposition talking about how you like to ejaculate on women's faces?
Thank you, Liliana.
And that white girl tried to set him up. Not to get too much into that, but she rode with him. Who do we talk about? Camille. Oh my God, Camille. If you know, you know. I ain't even gonna talk about Coretta. We ain't even gonna go to Coretta. No. Don't even go to Coretta. You had a man trying to change history. Coretta was like, we're gonna keep it in-house. Camille was like, baby, it ain't gotta be in it ain't gotta be in house. Camille was choosing for Bill Cosby. She was choosing him. She would line him up. Right? Now, is that right or wrong? If a woman is like, wait, you want me to be a Coretta? I know some of the women are like, wait, you want me to be a Camille? You want me to line these bitches up? No, that's not what I'm saying. But women, you have to understand that men respect loyalty. I know, guys, women. I know how this isn't really jiving with your romantic sensibilities, but I'm just trying to tell you how we feel.
They want to ride or die.
If I can be honest with you, men want women who are loyal,
especially at that now, level of success. It's hard to trust people.
Let's go back to Anthony, guys. I don't know if you guys know this.
Sorry, guys, that's me going back and forth trying to make sure I can hear. All right, so Keisha says, I think Kobe was married at the time of the incident. Yeah, that's what he's saying. Yep. Wait, are you? Liliana, were you asking me when am I getting ready to get married? Is that what you asked me? Or you were just saying that? I think I read it. I read your comment wrong. Hold on. That's facts. Loyalty is high with men. Absolutely. Whether you agree on that high value cheating stuff or not, that's their agreement. We're not saying it's right. It's right for them. So if you find a woman that goes along with that, good for you. It ain't me though.
Also had his share of allegations.
He had allegations too.
You know, Hollywood did a good job of keeping it hush hush. But you know, our man.
That's why remember I was talking about that resentment. I only give you a hard time.
Said that there was that incident in the trailer. She was screaming, and she was.
I wish I could make this louder for y'all, but that's it.
Right there.
Oh, good. She said, "No, I'm just making this statement. I didn't read it wrong. You're right, then."
See his wife,
Liliana.
Anthony's wife, be like, "Wait, what? You were in the trip? What? No, divorce."
Right. She didn't divorce him when allegations happened. That's good. Right. I give her some points for that.
Those charges were dismissed later on. You had that girl in California.
Personally, I had rumors in my own situation, and I wasn't like, I'm out. I wasn't like that right away. But then everybody has their breaking point.
Los Angeles.
That's probably what it is, breaking point.
Saying, and our man Anthony lawyered up again. All this stuff is coming up again. Alvina ain't going nowhere. Alvina was like, no. What is the damn song? Dolly Parton, Stand By Your Man.
Stand by your man. Keisha says, a lot of women knew their mates were cheating, but turned the cheek. Jack Kennedy, Melinda Gates. Yeah, it became like a business arrangement. You know what I mean? How we romanticize things is not how they see things. They more likely like, listen, I want to be on the winning team, or however they justify it. Everybody's different. And they have, most of these women have kids with them. Like, you ain't done now. Okay.
And with these actors, who the hell knows what's going on?
And you don't know if those women were cheating right back.
Anybody call it in terms of Will Smith's marriage? The whole dude with the, but then Will Smith saying there's never been infidelity. but then, they're out here having sex with everybody, but then Will Smith is smacking some dude, Chris Rock, who's like 57 himself. Like, no one understands that marriage. But I can tell you guys, take it out of Hollywood, take it to North Carolina, take it to Oklahoma, take it to Dallas, take it to Fort Worth, take it to Boca. You give me a 22-year marriage as a 20-year divorce attorney, I can tell you some things went down.
Yeah, for sure. That's true.
You don't have, like, some of y'all, bless y'all's heart, y'all be like, my parents were happily married for 27
You don't know
years.
nothing about their marriage at all. Under wraps.
You have no idea what happened.
Yep.
You have no idea what's going on.
Nope.
You have no idea what happened before you came along.
True.
You don't know what happened when you were here. When
them
you were
extra siblings.
5 years old.
I don't even know.
You're so happy that your parents have been married 32 years.
Mm-hmm. He preaching now. No idea.
Like, I find out things about my client's marriage that their adult children never find out.
Right. Right.
Anyone in this chat whose parents have been married 30 years,
yep.
you should never brag about that. Because those two people know something that you never find out. Their divorce attorneys might know.
Right.
Our paralegals have found out. I found out. I just don't tell you.
I just don't tell you. I know that's right.
Keep going along bragging. There are hardships in a marriage that's gone 20 years. And we can just leave it at that word, hardships.
Hardships.
They've been married for 20 years. There have been all of these sexual allegations. She stayed with him all the time. Now, there was that whole thing in 2014.
And there's more than one?
But,
something
he got
went down,
that Blackish money.
Come on.
So she said,
something went down.
I'll stick around. But here's the question, guys. Here's the question. And I'm going to drop the link, and I really want you to think about this. 2022. What is a wife worth? What's a wife worth? Are you married? Are you not married?
That's a good question. What do y'all think a wife is worth? I don't even. I'm scared to ask y'all. Y'all like, she getting nothing.
JB was like, the wife kind of, but I want a legacy. I want to have kids, and if I want my kids to have the best opportunities in life, the best advantage.
Let me tell you. Some of these guys are winning when they have a good mom for their kids that they know they don't really deserve. Y'all not together, but the kid is blessed. You know what I'm saying? So there are benefits to marriage, whether y'all together at the end or not. If let's say you did it, you gave it your best shot, and that woman is an amazing mother to your kids, you winning. You winning. You tried. At least you tried. Some people ain't. They're like, I'm scared. I don't want to do it.
Raise these kids in a two-parent household, so that kind of looks like marriage. So you're kind of get back into the marriage. It's not really what you want, but you get back into it because you want these kids. You want this legacy. So if kids are so important to you,
well, she might have 8 more years, and the kids got older.
To get these kids, then to get the marriage, you have to have this wife.
Yep.
So
kids need their mom.
This legacy so bad.
And they're dead.
What is the wife worth? Because without the wife, how do you get this legacy that you want? Because the only way you really want the legacy is if you can raise these kids in a two-parent household.
Right.
So you can kind of say
she did her job.
That to get the legacy, you need the wife. So what's the wife worth? Do you want to be married 20 years and then you get a divorce? You say, okay, wife, here's your $70.
Right. This is
Greyhound bus ticket.
That's what y'all saying over here.
20 years that she gave you your quote unquote legacy.
And you can go on. Hold up. And the guy will go on. The guy will go on. He's built up his career. He's got the benefits of having someone to help him raise his kids and go on to make even more money. Men tend to get the jobs that it's not that women make less all the time. It's sometimes that we don't choose those jobs that are the highest paying. They'll have a higher paying job a lot of times. And he goes on and he's now 40, 50, out here about to live your best life with your 20 and 30-year olds. Okay. I'm 30 something. Right? They about to live their best life. She's not going to have all of those options that you have. And she did her job as a wife. And when that was an 8-year difference. If she filed in 2014, I don't know how old the kids were, but the kids got older. So I mean, 32 years. She gave you 32 years. She took 10 years, and you know, not bad, not bad, honey, not bad. I can't be mad.
What is it? The Coming to America, where a lady was like, what is it? They say, I want half, Eddie, half. If a woman is with you for fucking 20 years, like, what did you guys think? This is what I want to know. Anybody who says a woman should not get half, what did you think you were agreeing to at the altar?
This is the part. This part right here.
That y'all would go halfsies, right? I mean, when you stood up at the altar, you knew there was this thing called divorce.
Mm-hmm.
You knew that you had the right to it, but that she also had the right to it. It would be different if the law was that husbands could get divorced and then women could. Because then you'd be like, what half? When I stood at the altar, you didn't have this right to get half.
Right. But it's something you agreed to.
But when you go to the altar, especially with no prenup, you're kind of saying, yeah, you have the right to take half my shit.
Right. With no prenup.
So how is it that you agreed to it before? On day one that she can take half at any time?
Yeah, because there was no prenup. Therefore, there wasn't no, I came in with all of this.
Later, now you're like, this isn't fair.
Right. You're paying for the legacy.
But what did you agree to?
Right?
Now, I'm talking about property division.
Mm-hmm.
Alimony is a little different. Alimony, in so many cases, is bullshit.
Right.
This woman is asking for alimony, and they've been together a long time. Let me tell you something. If I have $25 million and I have to give you half, that's your alimony.
That's it.
I mean, I'm giving you $17 million.
12.5. That is where we're going to end the video, guys. I mean, what do you guys think? Now, what do you think about now that you've seen all of his evidence and all of his proof? Now it's more so, okay. Do you think that women should get half? I don't know about this whole the alimony thing. That's a lot. But if you're already getting half, like, listen, if you're already getting half, sis, what they say, quit while you're ahead. Okay. Well, I will be waiting for you guys on the replay. Let me know what your thoughts are. Like, what do you think about marriage? What do you think about divorce? What do you think about women and them sticking by their man? And then next thing you know, if it's not working out, like, should they still get what they signed up for? It's not like she came out of the blue and asked for half out of nowhere. Like, y'all knew that when y'all got married, and he didn't have as much money in the beginning. So when it's time to split up everything, now all of a sudden it's like, oh no, that's just too much money. Remember, I told y'all the tithers to be looking at it like, now that it's $100,000, God, I don't know if I can do this. I can't tithe on $1 million no more, right? So it's all about keeping your word. Do what's fair. If you want to make it easy, make it easy. If you want to make it legal, make it legal. That's the 50%, right? But this, when you want, and then some, come on, sis. And then some. She said, and pay me forever. Ma'am, when you had 12.5 million, you're gonna get the interest of that thing. The interest of that thing is going to give you a income. If you can't live off of that, ma'am, I don't know what to tell you, sis. But thank you for watching the Ruth and Relationship Show. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Thank you so much for watching. It was getting good, y'all, so I had to finish it up. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day. And don't forget, Ruth and Relationships. Ruth and Relationships. Tell me, can you handle it? It's the Ruth and Relationship Show. Bye.